Jimmy,
Hey, mate.
where are you, mate?
Just coming back from the mechanics on my way to the office now, just on my phone.
No, what's wrong with the car this time?
The gearbox they gave me was faulty, so they're going to have to replace it under warranty.
Recording in progress.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey, Jakey.
Good morning. Cameras on, please, as we come in. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Cameras on as we come in, please.
Morning, Jake.
Cameras. How are you, Mr. Gillings?
Well, thanks.
That's great. Great to see. Good to see some faces. I know we've had training already this week. Is Nathan Strudwick on yet?
Can you see me?
I can see Ivy Strudwick.
Yeah, I know. And I'm getting an echo. I'm just going to relog back in.
Okay, no problem. Good morning, everyone. Cameras on, please, as we come in. Is Jan Slater on the line?
I am, mate.
Well done, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Congratulations. Novice auctioneering competition winner last night. Thank
Thanks,
God.
mate. I appreciate it.
Thank God
How
you won.
many was in there?
7.
Who was the guy that got second?
Mark Mudford from McCulloch in Warhope.
Oh, he was in Warhope, was he?
Yeah, he works for McCulloch agencies in like Warhope and Kempsey, yeah.
Yeah,
So
right, okay.
the two coastal boys went over and pissed off the country fellas.
Amazing. And what time did you finish up last night?
Early, I went home with Dad and his pop, so they had to get an early flight in the morning.
Well, that's good. Good to see. I'm glad that good on you for winning, mate. That's really
Cheers, mate.
exciting. So he's available to book, guys, for auctions. Just reach out to his PA, Jake Carter, to book in, okay? Just book in. Now, where is Nathan Strudwick?
Can you see me?
I can't see you, no.
I'm going to do it on my iPhone then. How about that?
Jeez.
So is Dan $2.50 for an auction?
Dan is, yeah, he's $195 per auction.
Perfect.
So if anyone wants to book him in, just come to me. I take 50% of the fee and 50% goes to the office.
Shouldn't David be looking over his shoulder now?
Yeah, he might be. You never know.
Move over.
You never know, Zell.
The new Nathan Pansini.
Oh, that's a bit nasty.
Hey, there's no need to insult me this early in the morning.
All right,
He's not a stalker.
I think we're just there. You are, Nathan. I can see you
Yeah,
now in your elder shirt.
That's my Gucci elder shirt.
I feel like I'm going to say this now. I feel like I've set you up because we've had Josh Vegan on Monday and now you Thursday. So
Oh, you saved the best till last. How good.
we've set you up. Sorry, mate, but
Yeah, great.
you did beg me. You did beg me at the award, so I thought I'd better give you a chance. Anyway, welcome, Nathan. Welcome. So obviously for any of you that don't know, I'm sure you don't because I don't know how you wouldn't. He blows his trumpet enough. Nathan Strudwick is the #1 agent for elders internationally, I believe. Just been awarded #1. Shortly straight behind our very own Greg Bates, who's sitting on the channel right now as well, neck and neck. So
Love it. Love a bit of competition.
yeah, mate. So don't worry about next year. Batesy will be #1 up there next year. Nathan, it will be a quick one because they've had training this week already, but we wanted to have you on, so I really appreciate it. Thank you, mate. Tell us a bit about, give everyone a bit of a synopsis about you, where you work, team, office, how you got into it, all of that.
Yeah, so guys, I'm in halfway between Brisbane and the Gold Coast in an area that isn't really that affluent. Pre-COVID sales 500k each, now sitting around 800k average sale price. Volume numbers 206 in the boom, yay the boom. 174 last year, sitting at 75 for the year so far. So, a little bit behind where we're up to. We're only tracking at about 150 this year, which isn't good. We got some real stock.
Can I just jump in on that? Talk to me around headspace on that, Nathan. Obviously, 206 deals, amazing. Generally between 170 and 180 deals. Everyone's down this year. How's your headspace on that, actually? I'd like to know that.
Look, do you know what? I can't see everyone. I can only see you and me, Jake. But I don't know. Have we got a bit of a... Are we all a bit down on numbers? Are we all there?
We're all a bit down on numbers across the board.
So I've got a confession, everyone. I am at rock bottom. So when you hear these real estate speakers say, "Oh, I was at rock bottom and I got into real estate and then I'm now making millions of dollars." Well, guess what? You're talking to someone who is literally at rock bottom right this second. So if you're sitting there going, "Oh, yeah, sure. Well, here are the numbers." I normally have 42 listings on realestate.com. I'm sitting at 11 listings on realestate.com. I'm down in Sydney on my wedding anniversary talking to you guys because I've got fuck all to do at the moment. So headspace though, this is the headspace. You've got to realize sometimes, and I've had to realize sometimes, I'm doing more marketing, I'm doing more self-promotion, I'm doing more of every bit of prospecting I've ever done because I've got to try and invigorate people to go to market. And then when they are thinking about going to market, they've got to choose me. So recently, one of my competitors, my biggest competitor, she had these 7 bus shelters down the main drag of my area. And obviously she's got some cash flow issues because of the changing market. I got a call from my bus shelter lady saying, "Hey, you want these 7 bus shelters?" Of course I do. Yeah, it's going to hurt. Yeah, it is going to hurt me. But that's an opportunity. So my #1 advice to you all in this market where the stock is so tight is do not let off the pedal. In fact, go harder. You've actually got this is where you've got to dig deep and go harder. You might not have the money. You're going to have to find a way. Jake,
thank you. That
understand where you're at. Now, let's go back one step. How do I get to 206 sales a year? I have found I have a capacity to work at a rate where I can do that, but I also have a great team. And there'll be people who are listening to this video who are in a team. There'll be people listening who want to grow a team. And there's some people just one person, I'm happy to be one person and I never want to be more than that. The great thing about teams, it allows you leverage, it allows me to be in more places than one. So let's go through those steps. If you're just, sitting there, you've been doing it 20 years, you're 50 years old, and you just want to plod along and do 1 a month, well, look, you're going to be hard to motivate unless you want a second win. You're going to have to find a new why, probably, right? Rather than it being retirement, you're going to have to find a different why. And that's something that this meeting can't cover right now. #2, if you are there, you're doing 30 deals a year, you need help. I found in my career when I got to 27, I was bursting at all cylinders and I had to have help, and that's a PA. #1 advice is go and get someone part-time 5 days a week. Don't get someone Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Try and get them there every day, because you never know when the issues and the problem's going to blow up and you're going to need help. So that's what I would start with, a personal assistant of some sort to do your contracts, your Form 6s, or whatever it is. Then as you're getting to kind of 70 deals, or you're getting to 50 plus 60 deals, that's when you're going to need a sales assistant out on the road with you, helping you open homes, do deals, prospect, those types of things. So first person I think has been the best person for me when I grew was admin support. Second one was sales support. So I'm sitting at 75. I've got a direct team of mine of 3. So I've gone past those 2 stages. I'm at the next stage. So I've got myself, list, client, vendor manage, price reductions. That's what I do. I have a buyer's agent who deals with my buyers. I have a PA who deals with all team admin. I have a property stylist who goes and does my photo shoots and gets the houses ready for the photo shoot. And I have a virtual assistant who does all my email inquiries and back end. It's kind of my PA to my PA. That's my team. And that's the team I've been running with for quite a while. And then I used to have a guy called Luke Van Wyk, who's now actually one of my business partners, who got, I think, #1 in Queensland for sales agents. He did really well. But he's just recently branched off onto his own with his PA. So that's how my team's sitting. Any questions on how my team's sitting, numbers, looking like, that type of stuff?
So obviously, so you've got a good team, and it looks like that everyone sort of has their roles and what they do. So talk to me around, getting to those levels when you're running at high levels, or you're running at, 70 plus deals a year, 70 to 100 and something. How are you, especially now that the market's changing, how are you managing the process and how are you managing your vendors?
Yeah, so a couple of things. So when you ring, so let's just go back one step. What have I got in mind? What are some hacks I've got in my team to help that structure run? First of all, I have a real estate phone. So every single buyer inquiry comes through not the phone I'm talking to you on. So you're talking to me, I'm talking to you on my personal phone. And this is the phone my vendors have. But every buyer inquiry comes through a buyer phone. So I'm down here, I'm in Sydney at the moment. I can be anywhere in the world on a bike and call, and Caleb will be on the other end of it taking the phone call. So that's the first thing. If you are doing 30 deals, or put it this way, if you just want to imagine if I said to you guys, it's Friday afternoon, you're down at a pub, and I could guarantee you to tell you if the phone call you're getting is from a buyer or someone who wants to list their house, you'd pay me a lot of money to tell you that. Well, the easiest thing to do is you go get a phone, you put this phone number on realestate.com for all of your properties, put it on all your signs, and when it rings, it's a buyer asking really annoying questions. I hate buyers. I hope we are okay with that. And because they interrupt you, they want to know annoying information. And often the listing agent isn't the best person to answer those questions if you're in a bit of a bigger team, because you're so highly strung about trying to get your next listing. So inquiries come on the real estate phone. Caleb answers that. He deals with those inquiries. I'm not big on midweek inspections. I have 3 qualifying questions I always ask a buyer when they're looking to buy a house, because I just want to work out how serious they are. And the general questions are, have you seen a house that you like? If the answer is yes, did you make an offer on it? If not, why not? They're the 2 most important questions you can ask. So hey, Jake, you want to buy a house? Have you seen any you like? Yeah, I like 1 Smith Street. Did you make an offer on it? Yeah, I did. Oh, great. What happened? Got beaten in a multiple offer, or I attended the auction. Great, you're a hot buyer, and I can work you out. Jake, why didn't you make an offer on 1 Smith Street? Oh, we're getting our finances sorted out. We're not too sure. We're just looking. We haven't started looking. This would be our first house. You're coming on Saturday. I'm not showing you midweek and wasting my time, right? Third question, if you can't find the answer to those 2 questions, the third question I always ask is, Jake, if I take you to 3 homes today and you like one of them, are you going to come back to my office and sign a contract? They're really, now you think, oh, that's fucking rude. It's not rude. Buyers don't know they're getting qualified. Buyers aren't trying to work out that you're trying to work out how shit or how good they are. So have you seen a house you liked? Did you make an offer on it? If not, why not? If I show you 3 houses today, will you come back to my office and sign a contract? That's simple. Start there. And look, add your own twist to it, but start there. So Role clarity, my buyer's agent is there to manage clients. Now, the second hack, so we've got real estate phone first hack, buyer qualifying questions second hack. Third hack is WhatsApp group chat. I don't know if you have a group chat with your clients, but every single listing of mine has a group chat. So I just got a text message from, or a WhatsApp message from 60 Highview Terrace. So vendors are in the chat, PA, buyer's agent, and myself are in the chat. Hey, Nathan, this is my question, and it goes in the group chat, so I don't have to answer all the questions. For example, hey, Nathan, what time's the open home? Well, I don't know what time the open home is on Saturday. I have no idea. PA can just get in there and respond to her. So every property has a WhatsApp group chat with my whole team and both vendors. If they try and communicate to me outside of that, I just communicate to them back in through WhatsApp. And so that way the whole team knows what's going on. Even if you're on your own, and you don't have a team, you can still put your clients in WhatsApp because you get both the clients. There's no use talking to the husband and not the wife also. And not everyone has an iPhone. The reason why you got to use WhatsApp is some people have Samsungs or something else. Like I know, so you're going to need to use a program that lets multiple different phones on that platform. So there's some of the things that I have used in my career that have really helped me grow a team and have the team immersed in the work. So I'm not there taking all the phone calls and trying to direct, it's all coming through, and then we're just self-delegating those jobs. But role clarity is very important when you're in a team, because you don't want a PA doing open homes. I've had that where I've been short-staffed. I had my property style. She's got a real estate license. She was doing the property style and then doing the open home. It just delegitimizes what her role is, because the client goes, well, is she actually a property stylist or is she a real estate agent?
So really defined roles.
Yeah.
Really, really defined roles. Okay, good. So talk to us, how'd you get into real estate? Have you always done real estate?
Well, that was another rock bottom moment in my life. So I've had a
Sounds like you've had a few, mate.
Had a few. And look, I haven't turned to anything I'm just happy guy. Get through it all, get through it. And look, do you know what? I have done a more elaborate speaking thing for elders people. And my title of my speech usually is, someone has to be number one. Why isn't it you? Yeah? Someone has to be number one. Someone's got to be number one in Grafton. Benny Holder, take charge, mate. There's got to be someone in Coffs Harbour. Why isn't it you? And there's got to be someone number one in Elders Lifestyle Group. Why isn't you? And it has to be someone who's number one at Elders. It's me. Why isn't it you? I am no different, you know. So my rock bottom, I used to play professional rugby league and I lost my contract. Wayne Bennett left, if you're into rugby league, anyone, Wayne Bennett left the Broncos. He was a bit of a fan of mine. He went down to, I think St. George from memory somewhere, and Ivan Henja came in, lost my contract. I then finished my law degree and became a lawyer, and realised how much I hate law. And so I'm there at one of the top firms in Australia, actually one of the top firms in the world, and I was sitting at my desk and I just hated it. You know, it was just, and I was like, you know what? But I was in insolvency. And so I used to do a lot of bankruptcy, mortgaging and possessions, and I loved the thrill of the transaction. And I loved talking to people. And I was writing big commission checks as a lawyer to these dead shit real estate agents. And so I decided, you know what? It was a little bit, I was unhappy, definitely number one. I, was going to play NRL. I was going to be a top tier lawyer. And then I was fucking hating life. So I liked the transaction, but also I did follow the money. I was like, you know what? I'm on the wrong side of these transactions. The people making the money are these real estate agents. They're in for 6 weeks. They're doing the deals and they're out. So I got into real estate, and that's where I started Elders Real Estate 10 years ago, and I've never looked back. And, I literally was given a desk and not even a computer, and off I went. And what I did in those, and so then there's going to be people early in the career here watching who have just started. Jake's just put them on this week or whatever, and they've just haven't even sold a listing. My number one advice to you would be this: get as many people as quickly as possible to get to know who you are, right? That's your job. If you are new, that is your job. And really, even if you're a high performer there, does your local coffee shop people know you? Does your local sporting team, schools, etc.? And what I did when I started is I found a little niche area and I just started with it. It was actually an area that was going through a bit of a zoning change, so you could do some subdivisions. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to be the expert of zoning changes in that area. And that's where I got my first listing. And then every afternoon when I went home, I door knocked 10 houses and I'd letterbox drop. So I'd do the door knocks and then I'd go do my letterbox drops. That's where I started. And then I put a sign up on the main road, you know, a bus shelter, and that's just where it started. So that would be my advice to people getting into the industry. Get as many people as quickly as possible to know you're a real estate agent.
So you really focused on patchwork for a long time and still do now?
I do. It's just a bigger area. It's about 12,000 houses, you know. So instead of it being this, it's just I've now got this massive machine gun and I just go like this through Logan. I don't do, you know, 6 streets, 10 streets, one suburb. I just do a mass to as many people I can in that core area, which is about 12,000 houses.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
As we start to finish up, let's talk. I want to go back to.
You're cutting me, mate. You're cutting me already.
I know. I've got to
Give a wave to the screen if you've got more out of this than Josh Tesla and everyone. Or what was his name? Oh, what's his name exactly?
We had someone on last week who's also from Brisbane, and the guys are a bit scarred still from him. So he decided his kid got sick, and he decided all the way from the top of Brisbane down to Currumbin, he was just going to talk the whole time with no space in between. So the guys are really prepped gunshot. And I said, and we've got another F week coming on this week, guys. Sorry. I want to loop back because I know headspace is a big thing, and this is something interesting because I can imagine knowing you, I don't know you that well, but I know, you, I can imagine for you, headspace would be really big at the moment, and it would be hard for you to let a lot of people know what's going on. So talk to us around that, because I know that there's a lot of agents online right now. Numbers are down. We're all feeling it.
Terrible. They are absolutely terrible. They are the worst I've seen in 10 years. And like, guys, this is what I'd say to you. I'm the number one agent in our brand. I am at fucking rock bottom right now, right? And look, I'm still here. I'm down in Sydney having a little bit of a holiday. In 3 weeks' time, I'm going to Europe, right? And I'm anxious about my trip to Europe because I'm like, fuck, either one of two things is going to happen. Either it's going to stay quiet and I'll be fine, but if it starts coming back and I'm away, I'm going to be double fucked because I'm not getting any listings now. I'm not getting any listings for those 3 weeks. So I'm double fucked. But you know what I've worked out over the 10 years in real estate is there are cycles. And you can try your best. You can do everything you want. If they don't want to list, they don't want to list. Yeah. And I have unfortunately come to this realization. And now, if in your marketplace they're going on, but with someone else, there's a problem, right? There's a real big problem. If they're not going on, you just need to calm the farm. And you know what? This might sound a little bit silly, but this might be the time where you take some annual leave. This might be some time where you have a break. But it's not the time to stop marketing yourself. It is the opposite to that. So headspace though, I have controlled my headspace a lot more than I used to. And I used to stress a lot more because obviously financially my situation was a lot different. So I can easily say, oh, my headspace is still fine. And it's not really helpful for you guys. But I used to have this thing, whereas when I had a problem during the day, I'd be like, right, problems, I've got to think about them between 6 and 7 p.m., right? Nathan, your time for problems is between 6 and 7, not now. And so I'm like, yep, in my mind. I'd say this in my mind. Yep, 6 o'clock tonight, I'll deal with that issue. At the moment, I've got to deal with this. And so I used to just push out my issues until later that night. You'd get to 6, you'd solve that problem of the day. The problem, because problems are never as bad as you first think. And so we'll be in August this year. Sure, you're going to go through a bit of a dry patch. You're going to have 10 new listings. You're going to be making money. You're going to be hitting your targets. And you'll be like, what was I stressing about back then? And so I do think like these negative thoughts, they don't really help anyone. So I usually say between 6 and 7, I'll deal with that negative thought. And then the day goes, something good happens, or you actually end up dealing with that issue indirectly, you know, like a deal not getting through or whatever. So that's why I used to defer my issues till then. But I think take some comfort in the fact that we are going through a slow patch. Take some comfort if there's not much going on the market. Like if you know, in my market, it was 20 days before a listing had been on the market. Terrible. It normally be 4 a day. I've just had to take comfort in the fact that, hey, it is a slow market and people aren't ready to sell. But I'm just putting some positive messages out to the market about price growth, because there is a little bit of price growth, that there is still demand from buyers. I'm putting that message out there to try and encourage people to go to the market. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And so how are you keeping your mojo at the moment?
Well, look, so, you know, as a team, we went out to lunch on Tuesday. I'm here away. I'm actually really excited about going away in 3 weeks' time. So I've got enough. So I've put some exciting things in my diary for the rest of the year that I'm excited about, and that's how I'm going to keep my mojo. And the thing is, when you're in a team, though, the team helps you give a mojo. And this is the thing: if you're doing 30 deals, 25 deals, you need an assistant. That's the first thing you need to do as you walk out of this Zoom meeting is go get a real estate phone if you don't have one. Start WhatsApp group chat communication. And if you're doing 30 deals or plus, you need support, right? You need a PA. And the thing about it is when you have a PA or people who are dependent on you, it motivates you. You know wages are coming out this week. So it gives you a bit of a why. But that's the other thing. And I did start that on this. If you're 55, 65 years old, you've been doing this for 20 years, and this is a bit of your transition into retirement, well, your why is going to be a lot different to my why. So I've got, and I think if you have that, I know it's annoying. I know we hate hearing that you got to have a why, but you do. Money is not going to satisfy your career in real estate. It just isn't. It will help you achieve things, but you really have to have some clarity. And that's probably some things I've had clarity on too, Jakey boy, about a bit of the mojo. But also, I've got a team I have to provide for, and I've got this thing in my marketplace. If I can't be the best, I just go insane. And so sometimes you need to lose some listings as well, because it helps you makes you hungrier, makes you angry. That's what I get. I get hungrier and angrier when when I lose a listing. So yeah.
Amazing. Well, team, I'm going to wrap it up because we've all got things on this morning. Thank you very much, Nathan, to your wife. Thank you for giving a little bit of you to us this morning. I'm sure she's so happy about it.
Yeah. Look, between Benny Holder and my wife, I've just got to share the love.
Thank you very much, mate. Enjoy your holiday. Thank you again.
Bye.